My name is Arun Kumar and I am the driver. You join me at the shop for Driven Diary, episode 35. What is Driven Diary? It's the documentation of my life as I work to build $1 billion automotive services brand with Driven Auto Co. Check out drivenautoco.com to see everything that we're doing. In this week's episode, the shop gets broken into, I go to Hawaii, and I buy yet another regretful new car. Hopefully not regretful. It's a tough week, but let's get to the video. And cut. What do we have here? Sunday, 6:30 p.m. The Driven Diary episode 34 has recently finished uploading to YouTube. Thank you very much for watching it if you did. If not, please go back, give a watch to all 34 episodes that came before this one. And I very much appreciate your subscription and your continued viewership. But anyways, what do we have here? What we have is a letter that came in the mail over the weekend to the shop. And this was a big first-class mail envelope from the California Unemployment Department. I'm not unemployed, so what's this regarding? Well, it is regarding a former employee who no longer works here, who I have mentioned in the past, and not specifically by name or anything like that, but this employee was terminated, and very quickly after his termination applied for unemployment benefits, which I disputed because of the nature of the dismissal, of the termination. And the unemployment board decided that the employee, or the former employee, was indeed ineligible for unemployment benefits. And he appealed, stating that my reason for termination was not true. And he wrote this very nice letter stating the facts as he perceived them. And now we have a hearing. So that's what this letter was. It was an announcement of the hearing coming up in May. Now, obviously, I can't give you any more information than that on ongoing legal proceedings. Nevertheless, I am excited. And I'm excited because in a past life, when I was 18 years old, over 10 years ago at this point, I really wanted to be a lawyer. I really did. And I'm getting the opportunity to represent myself as the employer in this case, and my desire for documentation and legal explanations and citing of statutes and guidance within the legal code as it stands, with documented facts and figures and timestamps, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's such an open and shut situation. I'm probably gonna have to cut out some of what I'm talking about here, but nevertheless, I'm getting to be a lawyer this evening. I'm weirdly happy about it. 6:30 on a Sunday. I really would be nice to be planning the week ahead, but hey, this is fun. So that's it for Sunday. Gonna mail this sworn statement off to the judge ahead of the hearing, and then I will go to the hearing on day in May coming up here. Still Sunday. One more thing. I gotta say thanks to all you guys for watching Driven Diary episode 33. Super clickbaity headline over here. Ford can't sell F-150 Lightnings. We got 1,300 views. Now, my history, kind of hit and miss. Not that many views. That's pretty good. You know what's not good? That. Come on, folks. I know it's clickbait. I know that my comments on the F-150 Lightning represent about 30 seconds of the video, but come on. We got almost 30 people probably that disliked this, and a bunch of people I'm sure clicked off right away. Oh well. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah, it was a clickbaity title. I don't feel bad for it. It was quite a sight to behold out there in Dearborn, and yeah, it is what it is. I guess people didn't like it. All right, so as I mentioned, I bought a new car this week. Now, this was a 1988 Mercedes 420 SEL, and if you go way, way back into the Driven Diary archives, you will see Driven Diary episode 2 or 3 dedicated to the 1989 Mercedes 420 SEL that I bought at the end of 2022. Now, that car I ended up flipping for about a 40% profit. Now, I flipped it and traded it and then ended up selling the car that I traded for. Nevertheless, it was a very profitable deal. I bought the car for $1,040 out of a tow yard not running. Now this one I bought from basically the second family that owned the car. It has 184,000 miles and it also doesn't start. But this one doesn't start not because it's been neglected or anything like that. Actually, to the contrary, this has been extremely well maintained, and I don't know exactly why it doesn't start yet, but as you're about to see, it did require a little bit of persuasion to get it on my trailer, but I'm very excited to see what this $1,000 Mercedes 420 SEL is capable of. So we're gonna see how this goes. Winching right past my winch.
It's already in park, right?
Yeah. Success. All right, what you're gonna see next is Wednesday, April 24th morning, where the shop unfortunately got broken into. I'm very glad I have insurance. I'm very glad I have a resilient team. Nevertheless, this is a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing that happened. And frankly, I'm very upset at society in general. I am pretty confident that these thieves were homeless people that live in an encampment that's not far from the shop. And society as it is today, the police department, the city department, every other tenant and resident in this area just accepts that, yep, that's the homeless encampment and that's what we deal with here. And I don't want to be promoting the fact that there is a lot of crime in and around this area, but unfortunately there is. That's the case. That's the reality for us. We take a lot of security precautions to make sure that our customers' cars, that our customers' data, all of that is safe. You don't have to worry about that here, especially after this happening, where we got away with fairly minor consequences. But needless to say, we do go to extreme precautions to make sure that our customers' vehicles and information and money is safe with us, so I don't want to give anybody the impression that that is not the case. I do just want to address the fact that it's quite disappointing that our society has devolved to the point where these sort of breaking and entering, burglary, theft, porch snatching, packages, whatever it may be, is so common. These people stole $30,000 worth of tools that they're probably not really even going to be able to monetize or use. They didn't take chargers, for example. Who's going to buy these things? They're serialized as well. All in all, a very unfortunate situation, but we'll persevere. Tuesday, 5:44 a.m. and you join me at the shop where we've just been broken into. Well, had I not slept in, I might have caught this, but I fucking slept in till 5:30, woke up, saw the notification from 5 o'clock that there were people detected in the shop, and I came straight here, because the video will show there are people walking around the shop taking shit. They broke down the camera at 3:40 a.m., I'll show you that. They bent open the door to get into the shop. Yeah, I didn't stand a chance, really. Had I woken up early, I would have gotten here 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier, and they probably already would have been gone. I'm pretty upset, mostly at my security system, for not going off when it detected people inside. I'm not sure why it didn't go off. Looks like they left Tom's tools behind. Do you know where I am yet? Thursday morning, take a pause in my walk just to address the situation. So, yeah, I'm in Hawaii. And after yesterday, this feels wrong. Yesterday probably will cost the company $35,000 to $40,000. Damage to the door, damage to the fence, damage to the shipping container, and theft. So, no cars were hurt, no cars were even really targeted. We do a good enough job of securing the vehicles that that's not a problem. But we did lose nearly all of our diagnostic equipment, which we were able to buy again. And several expensive power tools. The oil change sticker printer, an iPad that fortunately did not have the tracking on. And then I left the shop about 10:45 in the morning, having gotten there at 5:45 in the morning, and having addressed pretty much everything in that time, having demonstrated to my team that this will not even slow us down for a day. Left the shop at 10:45, went home, packed, did my morning routine at 11 in the morning, and then hopped on a plane for a pre-planned 4-day vacation. So I'll be here for the rest of the week, and I get back to the shop on Monday, and I have a few Schwartz Advisors calls for the rest of this week, and everybody within that company is rooting for me and us as a company now to do whatever we can to continue to make money so that these kind of things do not hurt even a little bit. Unfortunately, you know, I have some cash in the bank right now, so it doesn't hurt that much. It's not like I'm, 20 grand in the bank account and now I have to spend $35,000 on repairs and replacements before the insurance pays out. But, I will still be very much dependent on getting an insurance check. 30 to 40 grand is not money I can just burn away right now and not care about. So, death to thieves. You take something that's not yours, you should stand to face the consequences, whatever those look like. So, that's it. We keep walking.
All right, now, honestly, this next clip is my favorite from the entire episode. I'm 29 years old. My birthday was last month in March, and every year around my birthday, I make sure that I can still dunk a basketball. I first dunked when I was 14 years old in 8th grade at a winter basketball camp, and I've dunked every single year since then. I don't plan to stop anytime soon. I do see it as this sort of marker of my physical capability that I don't want to lose. And you get to see a generally white appearing gentleman with very little hops who just so happens to be 6'8" and find it incredibly easy to dunk. Enjoy.
Thursday afternoon, just dropped off Evelyn at Target for a quick stop, and then we're headed off on just a drive. And I feel like this happens a lot, and this is the first Hawaii trip I've taken since starting Driven Diary, so you know, I'll reflect a little bit on past trips here. I went to Hawaii right before I took over the business. I actually recorded the first Driven Diary clip in Hawaii, and it was a never published clip, but it was an interesting video that I got to record. And then before that, there was a trip in 2022 when I owned my last shop. And every trip to Hawaii, I have a lot of memories of being in a bad mood. And I think a little bit of it is that I'm in a really good mood. I'm hanging out with my wife. We're having a good time. Things are going well. And then I'll get like a text or an email that just sends me somewhere. I got 2 fucking emails and then a text message all in a row that just pissed me off. And so I've been pissed off. And so I'm recording this to just express myself in hopes that it can help me get out of the being pissed. It just never stops in business ownership is what I'm coming to learn. I will report on one other thing. We had the break-in yesterday morning. End of the day yesterday, we've had a customer that's been borrowing our Sonata loaner car for a little while, and it got towed in last night with a no start. So not even our loaner cars are working out right. But still plenty busy in the shop, plenty of work going on for Schwartz Advisors. Plenty of shit to get pissed off about in my inbox, but that's okay. That's all for now. Friday, what time is it? It's like 1:40 p.m. and I'm dressed nicely. And I look kind of tan. Good, it's working. I had a work call this morning, and then I decided to go visit a client that had a branch out here. So that's been my day so far, doing some work, and it feels really good. I always like having my brain engaged and feeling like I'm contributing, and I think everybody feels that way when they have the opportunity to do something that they enjoy, where they're contributing to the greater good of society. They feel better about it. So, with all that said, I'm gonna relax for the rest of the day. Going to lunch with Evelyn, go to the pool, and that's it. First I gotta navigate this Honolulu traffic and buses that like to cut off cars on the road. Oh well, I guess that's how things go here. It's a little hectic, but oh well. I guess I'm being chill. Sunday, 6:23 p.m. I'm enjoying a level 1 bar from First Form. I just had a Chipotle burrito bowl with Evelyn at home for about 2 minutes. And I'm headed to the shop because I have a lot of work to do today to prepare for our big day tomorrow. I also have a lot to do today to wrap up Driven Diary episode 35. So, what did we do this week? Well, we worked in the shop. Didn't have too much really happen there. Busy week. Stuff going on. Got broken into, so that was fucking ridiculous. And then I immediately got on a plane and went to Hawaii. Been in Hawaii for the last couple days. Woke up at 2 o'clock this morning, Hawaii time. Given the time change, not feeling particularly tired right now. I slept a ton the last few days. I'm always a bit stressed and anxious on vacation, knowing that I could be doing more with work, but that is how it goes in my life. That is a reality for me. It's what it is. And now I'm gonna wrap up the week back at home and get it going on the coming week and everything we gotta do there. So, see you guys at the shop.
That's it for Driven Diary episode 35. It has been a whirlwind of a week, and I have some more difficult decisions and actions taking place this coming week. Fortunately, the shop didn't get broken into again. I made it back safely from Hawaii. My Mercedes is still on the trailer. And we're gonna see how this coming week goes. I'm definitely feeling a little beat down right now, but it's all part of the game. I'm here for the long run. This is never gonna stop me. So, hope you feel the same way. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, leave me a like, leave a comment if there is anything you have as far as questions or feedback. And that's it. So, until next week's Driven Diary, stay driven.